Hi there, and welcome to PolyglotNook, your quiet little corner of the internet where language lovers gather to grow, learn, and become better every day. Whether you're walking your dog, doing the dishes, or simply relaxing with your headphones on, I'm so glad you decided to join me today. In this episode, I want to share something personal, something that completely changed the way I speak English. I wasn't born fluent. I wasn't even confident. But after years of trying different methods, I finally cracked the code. It wasn't a secret formula or expensive course. It was 5 simple habits, small actions I repeated every day that made all the difference. And if they worked for me, they can absolutely work for you. If you're listening right now, chances are you're working hard to improve your English. Maybe you've been studying for months or even years, but you still feel stuck. You know the grammar, you've memorized the vocabulary, but speaking fluently still feels like a mountain too high to climb. I understand. I was there too. But what changed everything for me was not another expensive course. Not a textbook. And not even living abroad. It was habits. Simple daily habits. And today, I'm going to share the 5 most powerful habits that helped me go from frustrated learner to confident speaker. If you can stick with these, fluency is no longer a dream. It becomes your reality. So grab your favorite drink, sit back, and let's dive into the 5 habits that helped me speak English fluently and might just change your English journey too. So, let's begin. First habit, talk to yourself out loud, every day. Yes, I mean it. Talk to yourself. This might sound strange or even silly. But it's one of the most powerful habits for building real fluency. Every day, I'd narrate what I was doing. I'm making coffee. It smells good. I'll drink it slowly. I talked about what I saw. How I felt. What I wanted to do. Why is this first habit so effective? Because it gives your brain daily practice producing English. Not just listening or reading, but actually forming sentences in real time. At first, it felt weird. I didn't know what to say. My sentences were slow and awkward. But I didn't stop. And slowly, I started sounding more natural. You don't need a teacher or a partner. Just yourself and your voice. Even 5 minutes a day can create big change. And here's a bonus tip. Try recording yourself. Then listen. Don't judge, just observe. This helps you catch mistakes and hear your progress over time. Second habit, use English as your filter for the world. What do I mean by that? It means, consume your daily life in English. Watch the news in English. Set your phone and apps to English. Scroll Instagram or TikTok, but only in English. Make English the default setting for your brain. This second habit is all about immersion. But in your own environment. You don't need to live in the UK or the US to be surrounded by English. You just need to create that world around you. When I started doing this, I noticed something strange. I began to think in English. Not always, but often. And that changed everything. Thinking in English reduces the need to translate in your head. It makes speaking faster. Smoother. More natural. It also exposes you to how native speakers really speak. Not textbook sentences, real-life language. This habit is easy. But it requires commitment. Don't switch back to your native language out of comfort. Stay in the English zone. Over time, your brain will adapt. It always does. Third habit, shadow native speakers. Shadowing is one of the most powerful techniques I've ever used. Here's how it works. You listen to a short sentence from a native speaker. And immediately repeat it. Trying to match the pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation exactly. You become their shadow. I did this every morning with short YouTube videos and podcasts. I would pause. Repeat. Rewind. Again and again. It felt like I was training my mouth, my ears, and my brain at the same time. This third habit helped me sound more natural, not robotic. I started using contractions like gonna and wanna without even thinking. If you do this every day, even just 10 minutes, your pronunciation and speaking speed will improve dramatically. The key is to speak out loud, not just in your head. And don't worry if you can't match the native speaker perfectly. What matters is effort and consistency. Every shadow you repeat becomes a building block in your fluency. Fourth habit, write every day, even just a few lines. Writing is a secret weapon in language learning. It forces you to slow down and organize your thoughts. It also reveals what you don't know. Every morning, I wrote a short journal entry in English. Just 5 to 10 sentences about my day, my goals, my thoughts. Sometimes I wrote about what I was learning. Sometimes I described my dreams. It didn't matter what, the key was consistency. This fourth habit helped me notice patterns. I would write the same expressions over and over. I learned where I was weak and improved faster because of it. Later, I started posting my writing on language forums. Other learners gave me feedback. Sometimes native speakers corrected my mistakes. That made me feel nervous at first, but it pushed me to grow. Writing doesn't just improve grammar, it builds clarity. If you can write your thoughts clearly, you can say them clearly too. So grab a notebook or open a note app and write a little every day. Fifth habit, speak with real people even if it's scary. Yes, this one is obvious, but it's the final and most essential habit. No matter how much you read, listen, or study, you won't become fluent until you speak. I started with language exchange apps. Just texting at first. Then voice messages. Eventually, short calls. Was it scary? Absolutely. But the more I did it, the more confident I became. And I realized something. Most people are kind. They're not judging your grammar. They're just happy to connect. Speaking with real people adds pressure, and that's a good thing. It forces your brain to work faster. It trains you to respond, to listen actively, to manage real conversation. This fifth habit turned passive knowledge into active skill. I still remember my first full English conversation with a stranger. I was nervous, but I understood 80%. And that felt like magic. Since then, I've had hundreds of chats. Every one made me stronger. Final thoughts. Fluency is not about talent or age. It's about small things, done consistently. These 5 habits are simple. You don't need money. You don't need to travel. You just need to start. So today, pick one. Talk to yourself. Write a journal entry. Watch a video and shadow it. Change your phone to English. Say hello to a stranger. Then do it again tomorrow. And the next day. Fluency is not a destination. It's a habit. And you're already on your way. Thank you for joining me today here on PolyglotNook. If this episode helped or inspired you, please consider subscribing, leaving a comment, or sharing it with someone on their English journey. Your support helps this little podcast grow and helps more learners like you around the world. Until next time, stay curious, stay consistent, and as always, happy learning. Take care, and see you in the next episode.